So as you could see from the title, it has been just about a year since I pursued YouTube full-time, which is nuts. I think my actual official anniversary was a week or two ago, but that's okay. I just wanted to do a video where I sat down, had some coffee, talked about updates, I guess, and let you know where I am, where my head's at, and how this year has gone, and kind of my future plans and all that stuff. I asked you guys to send me some questions on Instagram, so that will help with my train of thought, I think. Burning questions you want to know about a mediocre YouTuber. And then as far as this situation, I am not going anywhere today. Big surprise there. But I figured I would do a look just so you kind of have something to look at. Back in October, I did a look and posted a photo for the Knicks welcome party in LA. And trust me, that makes me sound way cooler than I actually am. Don't be fooled. But a lot of you were asking for a tutorial on that. Figured I would do the kind of holiday version of that, or I'm going to attempt to do that. Kind of like a maroon gold version. I don't know. We'll see how that works. I have this pretty hat slash turban that I figured is kind of similar to what I wore in that photo, but it's a little bit more like holiday-esque. That kind of look you do when you want to be super extra at a holiday party. And that is the formal name of this look. And then I have like a cute shirt too, but I'm just gonna keep this on for now because it's freaking cold in this house. I'm gonna be real honest in this. For the most part, everything is positive, but there are some things that, you know, I get a little disappointed about with YouTube and that kind of stuff. So I think there's kind of a stigma on YouTube where people don't like watching other people say anything negative whatsoever. So think of this as, you know, sitting down to a cozy chat with your friend, and maybe she has some discrepancies with her job, and you know, you're there with an open ear, and you're there to be a listener and a good friend and not judge her. Sound good? Okay. It has been a year. Posted a video just about a year ago where I did my first day as a YouTuber. Some of you might have seen that. A lot of you asked for this video to be kind of just like the same day in the life type thing, but I'm telling you right now, my routine is essentially exactly the same. It's not exciting stuff, so I decided to do sort of a Q&A instead. I'm gonna put on concealer. Ooh, I need a mirror, don't I? Where did I put that mirror? Hello? Not in there. Did I put it in my office? Where did I put it? Downstairs maybe? I have no idea where I went. You know, you would think for such a tiny little house, it would be harder for me to lose things. I'm just gonna use this, so pardon the promotion. So I'm gonna put foundation on because my skin is the worst. I would assume a lot of you know this already, but a year ago I was working in Boston as a video editor at a company that kind of made just like corporate-y videos, and for a while it was fine. I learned a lot. I was doing YouTube on the side for all of that. I was there for like 2 years. So I would have a whole work week, film YouTube video either Saturday or Sunday morning, and then edit it either Sunday night or Monday night after work, which I honestly don't know how I did that for so long because it kind of ate up my entire weekend. So like if me and Nick wanted to do something over the weekend, would have to somehow accommodate that with my YouTube videos, and no one really took it seriously. Like if we had a family event, I couldn't just be like, oh sorry, I have to film a YouTube video. That sounds like the worst excuse in the entire universe. I did end up winning the Face Awards somehow. I decided to kind of use that prize money as a financial cushion to start YouTube full-time. I changed my name from the Pinup Companion to just my name. Also, you want to see a fun trick that I learned the other day when I was doing my makeup and like singing at the same time? This is what happens when you put foundation on your neck. I just thought you guys would appreciate that as much as I did. It's funny looking back on the first day as a YouTuber. Was really unsure of myself, and you can really tell in that video, and you can tell that I wasn't used to being alone, which is weird to me now because I'm so used to being alone. Like, so used to it. I had been running errands and I had said, you know, it feels weird not being with Nick or going to this grocery store by myself or going to Michael's by myself. That's one of the things that has changed a lot, is that I'm very comfortable running errands by myself, being in my own company. If you work from home, you gotta be comfortable with yourself and being with yourself, because, you know, you are your only employee. A couple of the questions I got on Instagram were kind of about that, kind of how to manage yourself and set guidelines for yourself, and I honestly am still figuring that out. It's really hard to be your own boss. I prefer it. I don't do too well with people telling me what to do, and that sounds like very entitled. I understand that that's what a job is. I'm not spoiled. I comprehend that to do a job, usually you have a boss telling you what to do, and I will do said thing without a problem and do it to the best of my ability. But working for myself is very nice. But it can also be a little challenging because you do have to be strict with yourself, and you have to be your own boss, and you have to set your own deadlines. I'm gonna do eyebrows now. This is the fill and fluff from NYX. We're gonna go nice and thick. I've been feeling real thick brows lately. I don't know. Maybe it's a winter thing. They're stocking up before they go into hibernation. I have learned a lot about myself in this journey. I have learned that I do best when I have a strict deadline. Kinda nice, because YouTube having an upload date is basically like a hard deadline, unless you want to feel super guilty about it. So I have found that sticking to either Wednesdays or Fridays for my upload day helps me a ton, because then I know how much work I need to get done beforehand and when I need to edit and when I need to publish. I guess if I had advice in that arena, it would be to give yourself a strict deadline, even if it's not necessarily strict. Like, even if you don't have an upload day or people that are waiting on your every move kind of thing, I would say still tell your brain that you need to get this done on this certain day. If you're like me, your brain's like, okay. I have also found that I am a procrastinator. Don't worry, these look crazy right now, but I'm gonna use the other side of this, which is a little brush, and then we're gonna fluff it out. Why they call it fill and fluff. Am I right? Good job, NYX. Personally, I tend to not have a good way of balancing work. So I will put off things, that way I can have a slower day with less work. But then the next day, because I put off the things, I will have a super crazy busy day and I'll work 10 hours, and you know, that's how I operate. So I would rather have a day where I can sort of relax and then the next day have it be really, really hard, rather than split the work up evenly and just have a normal work day both days. I don't know why I do that. I would change that, but I kind of don't mind doing that. It kind of goes along with liking a strict deadline. I kind of like challenging myself to complete as much work as I can in one day. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe other people are like that too. Christina, she commented and said, what is your favorite thing about the decision and your least favorite? Has the income met your expectations? Do you see yourself continuing this as a job? My favorite thing would probably be the freedom. I had wanted to do YouTube full-time, to be honest, since high school. Ever since YouTube was kind of a thing, I wanted to do it. Like, I have videos of my old YouTube channel, which has since been deleted because I posted the trailer for New Moon and they deleted my YouTube channel. I don't think I thought about the monetization thing back then. I don't even think I knew what that was. I just thought that if I made videos, it would lead to somewhere. I don't know. I think I had like 220 subscribers when that got deleted. And of course, 16-year-old me was like, I had 220 subscribers. Just being able to pump out the ideas that I have in my head for the most part. The thing about doing YouTube on the side was that a lot of the ideas I had weren't really possible because I could only do them 1 or 2 days out of the week. So for instance, all my sewing and crafting videos, I would have had to do those over weeks. So that's my favorite thing so far, is just being able to do the thing. I don't know if there's really like a least favorite part of the decision, really. My least favorite part of YouTube would probably be the unpredictable aspect of it. That and like the self-doubt that goes into that is real, let me tell you. To be an internet person doesn't seem like it would take a lot of self-control and strength of the mind, but it really does, because you become your worst enemy when you are putting your work out there into the internet for a job. And I have seen bigger YouTubers say that even they get self-conscious and doubt themselves, and I was watching Jacksepticeye play Death Stranding, and he was talking about how his videos get millions of views, and he will check that each new video he posts is doing well comparatively to his other videos. And of course, if it is, it's a huge sigh of relief, and if it's not, it's kind of like, And he was saying that he had done a video for Halloween and he put a ton of effort into it, and I guess it did like half as well as his other videos, and that was kind of a letdown to him. I have not related to anything so much. It sucks. And that is probably my least favorite part of YouTube. Is it's a lawless land where nothing matters, and even if you think a video's gonna do good, it don't. And it's terrifying because you put all this effort into a video and put it out into the world, and you're like, oh yes, people are gonna love this. And then it just doesn't do good. And it's funny because they say that likes and comments are a huge part of YouTube and getting you out into the algorithm. But honestly, some of your guys' favorite videos that you comment and like on don't get a lot of views. There's almost no correlation between the content you guys really like and find funny to getting it out to new audiences or performance or whatever. And by performance, I'm talking about views, which I know is not the end-all be-all of YouTube videos. Obviously, I love when you guys are super engaged and love it and say this is the best video you've ever done and that kind of stuff. It's really, really hard not to get discouraged in situations like that where you guys are commenting and liking and all is going well and you love it, and then the views don't reflect that. It's a little disheartening and it's a little confusing, because I know it's not your guys' fault. None of this negative stuff that I'm talking about is any of your fault. It's more or less YouTube patterns and YouTube algorithm, and I hate when people say that shit, but alas, that has kind of been my least favorite part, is the self-doubt that comes with unpredictable ways of YouTube. Has the income met your expectations? For the most part, yes, which is awesome. I have not tallied up everything that I made, which is probably not great to do, especially come tax season. I'm not very good at keeping track of finances, which is it's not a good thing. I'm pretty sure I'm making more than I made at my last job, which is, there's actual YouTube AdSense money. So basically, if you don't know, I make my money from Google. So the ads you see before and during a video is how I am able to monetize my videos. On top of that, there are the brand deals, but basically they are contracting me to make a video for them. One thing with that is that I do plan to kind of limit the number of sponsorships I do, and if I do sponsorships, to make sure that it aligns with your guys' interest and my channel. I've heard that you guys don't mind when a sponsorship doesn't exactly blend with my channel and I have to really reach to kind of segue it into the video. I don't like that, and even if I really love the product, I feel like it's a stretch. I should probably do some more makeup, huh? Let me prime my eyeballs. That's one of the things I struggle with being an internet person, is that I feel like I don't want to exist just to sell you guys stuff. Someone who's just here to promote brands and to promote things for you to buy. I think that is something that gets a little bit on my nerves on Instagram, because I will post something of just decor around my house or just a dress that I bought with my own money and I liked it, so I posted a picture of it, and then someone will say, is this still available? Like, what colors does this come in? Obviously, I don't mind when people are like, hey, where did you get that? But I think it's kind of the tone that people have when they ask stuff like, is it still available? Or, hey, I went to the store and it wasn't there, what happened? Like, that kind of stuff. Oh, sorry, I don't. There's a culture of influencers where people think that you're promoting something at all times, which is like not true. And if I am promoting something, I will tell you it was either a gift from the company or sponsored or something like that. So that make sense? Did that answer that question? So long story short, yes, I think I'm doing okay with money. I'm a little scared come tax season because with Google and with these brands that I'm working with, tax money is not taken out. So I need to put aside a bunch of money to pay to the government for taxes. So I have not tallied up how much that's going to be, and I actually have not put an account aside, which I should have. I still have a savings account with like 80% of that Nix money that I haven't touched. So that makes me feel a little better. I think maybe I can use that for tax money. Do you see yourself continuing this as a job? Gosh darn, I hope so. Let's do some eye makeup, shall we? I'm gonna try to use kind of a mixture of these two, maybe these three, kind of match this. I think that'll look very holiday and pretty. The top of my eyes and then below my eyes. Probably what I'm most nervous about with YouTube is that I'm afraid that something will change and I won't be able to do this anymore. Its state of permanency is not very high unless you're just, you know, a huge YouTuber that whatever you put out, people are gonna watch. I am not at that level. I do have kind of a base of you guys that I'm so thankful for. Let's just say I'm not at that Jenna Marbles level where she can put out whatever she wants and people, including me, will watch it because we love her and we love her personality. Literally any title or thumbnail she puts out, you know you're gonna click on it and be like, this is gonna be good. That's literally all I aspire to. I forgot that when you do this, you just instantly look like you're in the Helena music video. Things are better really fast day. And I know some of you are watching this like, what are you talking about? But as the content creator, it's very noticeable to me when people aren't digging a video that I put out. It's very noticeable. For the most part, I'm talking about views here because that's kind of the initial factor of if people are interested, is if they're going to click on it in the first place. And a lot of that is very apparent when people don't want to click on the video. Figuring out YouTube and like methods is really freaking hard. And that's kind of where the self-doubt aspect comes into it as well, because you start to think, okay, well, maybe they don't like me, or maybe I'm not compelling enough for new audiences. It's not a healthy way to think. For someone like me, who is a serial comparer, I would say that's probably one of the main things I'm working on, is not comparing myself to other people. Live in my own bubble. Me and Tommy were talking about this the other day, and he was saying that I should start trying to do kind of words of affirmation in the morning, and then eventually my brain will believe it. So I feel like I have to just like tell myself, just worry about yourself, just worry about your own channel. I'm not bitter towards a person, and in fact I get a sense of pride when I see people getting the recognition they deserve. But there's also a part of me that was like, well, I wish I had that too. So now I'm gonna go in with eyeliner, and I kind of did a top wing that was pretty dramatic and then a lower wing that was almost parallel to the top. Very difficult, especially when your eyes are as watery as mine. I don't know if you guys are like me, but if my eyeball, just one, knows that I have eyeliner on the bottom, oh Lord, Niagara Falls. Yes, I would very much love to keep doing this for a job because it is a dream come true. And when it's good, it's good. Let me tell you, there is no feeling like being super excited about something I made and then showing you guys, and you guys are also super excited about something I made. Literally that meme of that otter holding out a baby. I made this. That is me with any costume or prop on this channel. It's just such a good feeling to have you guys in a little community, and I would really love to keep doing this. And I try not to think about the future, if I'm honest. I try not to think about the permanency of YouTube because it's scary. I'm scared that when me and Nick are finally ready to have kids, that this won't be a viable option and I'll have to find something else, and it'll be kind of a bad time to transition back into the working world. Corporate world, I guess I should say. KT Rosemary asked a very relatable question. She said, how do you get past that guilty feeling of I should be doing work when you're spending a day relaxing? Yes, and I think any of you that are self-employed or not even self-employed, if you're at work and you have a slow day, you can't help but feel a tiny bit guilty about it. I know that when I worked as an editor and we literally just didn't have a project all day, I just felt weird. But to be honest, I think that has helped me with this too, because there are days when I don't necessarily do much. I try to, whether it's business side of stuff or preparing for another video or writing down video ideas, I always try to make sure I'm doing something. But there are days when filming only takes me an hour and then I have the rest of the day, and that feels weird. I don't think I'm quite over that yet, and I'm still working on it. But my kind of way of fixing that is just working really hard another day of the week. It's a weird thing when you work for yourself, because you are conditioned when you work in kind of the corporate environment or retail environment that you should be working nonstop or you don't deserve it. Or just in general, you don't deserve to be relaxing right now. You should be doing something. That's literally always in my brain. If I take the week itself and think, did I work hard this week? Feel much better about it. So even if I have a relaxing day on a Monday, as long as I'm working hard the rest of the week, I feel okay about it. Sophia Romanark says, one thing I want to know was, what was the hardest thing about starting YouTube as your job? Hold on. Is this running out? Do I need to get another one? Maybe because I had this uncovered while I was just talking for like 10 minutes. Maybe that's why. These socks are so slippy. That feeling of going from a corporate job in the city to being home by yourself was a really weird transition. I think another hard part is the sort of judgment you get when you tell people you're a YouTuber. And I hate to be like ageist or like, okay, boomer, but I think explaining it to older generations is a little bit harder. I think people my age kind of understand it, and younger. Especially, we were looking for Christmas gifts for my nephews and niece. Some of the Barbies are now dedicated to vloggers. It's like Vlogger Barbie, and then I'm pretty sure there's like a Vlogger American Girl doll or something. She had a shirt that had like the YouTube symbol and it said vlog life. So I thought that was really weird. It's kind of like a cultural shift. It's just weird to me that kids are kind of aspiring to be YouTubers. I don't know. It also makes me feel a little better because it makes me feel like, okay, in the future, I hope this is going to be more accepted. Not that I've never had any bad experiences talking to someone telling them I'm a YouTuber, but I think a lot of it is like, oh, so what do you do? Oh, I'm a YouTuber. Oh, that's nice. So what does a YouTuber do? I make videos. I do a lot of costuming and vintage fashion. Oh, cool. Like that kind of stuff. Like they don't really know how to respond, or a lot of people will ask, how do you make money doing that? A lot of people are curious, so I will tell them it's the ads before my video, or I work with brands. Explaining that I work with brands kind of solidifies it for them a little bit. Oh no! Pulling a mom. Side note, is that just kind of like in the mom instinct handbook? It's like when your kid has something on his face, just... because I think it is. That's why I never use a hand mirror when I'm getting ready. My arms are so twisted. It's not something that people were brought up with. YouTube has only been around since 2005-ish, so I cannot blame people who are older than me that don't quite understand what it means to be a YouTuber, and I'm never offended when anyone, you know, kind of does the, oh, that's nice. Because I get it. I get that it takes a little bit of explaining. Honestly, when I quit my job, my bosses were not expecting me to say that I was going to be a YouTuber. I'm going to sit in my living room. Here's my 2 weeks. And of course, one of my bosses was like, how do you make money on YouTube? Which is kind of a way of informing me that he didn't really take me seriously, which is a bummer. And I think that can happen. A lot of people don't take you seriously when you say you're a YouTuber. It just kind of goes with the gig, I think. This is gonna be a long-ass video, yeah. Vintage Connie said, how has it been keeping motivation levels up? We're gonna go in and with a smaller brush that I forgot in the bathroom, because of course I did. Go in with a darker color, probably that color, and just kind of smoke it out a little. Definitely one of the tougher parts, especially when I kind of get into my discouraged phases. Kind of part of YouTube is the chance factor of it. So like I said, the algorithm is just all over the place and I still haven't figured it out, but that also means there's a chance like rolling the dice, where if you upload a video randomly, it will get picked up by the algorithm and just get a ton of views. I think, as weird as it sounds, that's kind of what keeps me, and I would think a lot of YouTubers going, is that chance. Sometimes it doesn't happen for months. But sometimes, once every 6 months, one of your videos will do well. And it brings in a bunch of new people. You feel great. You kind of get that like adrenaline. And then for the next few months, it doesn't happen again. But you keep going because there's always a chance. It's a weird mind game that YouTube seems to play. And honestly, you guys, as cheesy as it sounds, you guys are a huge motivation for me. Anytime you guys send me heartfelt messages about how my videos have affected you and adjusted my lower eyeliner, I'm not gonna cry. Needless to say, that means so much to me when you guys take the time to reach out to me and tell me that my videos have helped you in any way or helped you through a tough time. So you guys are also a huge inspiration, and I'm not just saying that. So yeah, thank you. And everything you guys do helps a ton, whether you're just watching or commenting or anything, or sharing it with your friends and sharing it on Instagram and Facebook. That stuff helps so much for my channel to bring people in, even if it's just one person. And this is probably already super long right now, so if you're still here, thank you. Simply Denwanella said, looking back to a year ago, have you stayed on track with your goals and where you wanted to be, or have your goals changed along the way? Before I answer that question, one of the parts of that look was kind of orange blush over here. It's kind of a very avant-garde, but I was going to like a makeup company party, so I'm gonna do a little version of that where I go in maybe with the same colors I use for my eyes. I don't know that I had specific goals when I first started. It wasn't like I'm gonna reach this number. It's still not that. Like, I don't have a subscriber goal that I'm working towards, and you're done. I think my goals are just to keep reaching new people, making content that I feel like strengthens my skills and introduces me to new skills. This looks like a sunburn. Just looked like I was out in the sun too long. Oh, didn't really think about that. Oh God. Should I add freckles? Will that help? I don't know. I do think it's interesting to see how my content has changed. My channel has definitely become more cosplay and costume focused than I thought it would, and that's awesome because that's kind of the way that I've wanted to go with my channel but never could because I didn't have the time. So that makes me happy. I'm pretty confident in saying that my channel is no longer just vintage fashion. While that, yes, is a big part of it and is not going to stop, I think that I am becoming a costume channel, and that's what I want to do and what I'll keep doing. Not only because I love it, but also you guys seem to love just sitting down and watching people do crafts, which is understandable because that's what I love too. For the look, I also kind of smudged a little bit of eyeshadow on my lips, so I'm gonna do that. Normally I'm not very good at the smudged lips look, and it just looks like I ate some Cheetos or like had a juice box. But somehow I got it to work for that one look. I think this will probably go along the Kool-Aid route though. Route. So I'm gonna leave this like this for now because that's kind of the makeup look that I did for that photo. I did end up putting lipstick on after I took that photo. So I'm gonna do my hair like how it is in that look, and then that'll be kind of the tutorial for that. And then I'll put some lipstick on because I feel like this needs some lipstick. Deal? Deal. So a lot of you have heard, I feel like I keep saying that, heard me talk about Patreon. And I am going to publish my Patreon in January. For my Patreon, I will be delving a lot more into the nitty-gritty of stuff. I will be doing vlogs, behind the scenes, common questions you guys ask me, like how I edit things and how I do that, the technical side of stuff. I will be doing makeup transformations over there, and I hate to say that that's because they don't do well, but they don't, and I know that's gonna rub some of you the wrong way, and you're probably gonna let me know in the comments. If you don't want to donate, that's absolutely fine. You absolutely don't have to. Please don't think I'm like, give me your money. Nothing on here will change. You will get the same amount of content, but Patreon will just be extra. I did recently cut my bangs, so I have not tried this hairstyle since doing that, but I would think with the right amount of hairspray, anything is possible. So what I do is usually 3 pin curls. For this, because my bangs are shorter, I'm gonna reach down and get some more hair from the back of my head because it's all gonna be covered with a hat anyway, so it doesn't really matter what it looks like up here. Wrap around my finger like a pin curl. Make sure that no strands are just peeking out. Roll back up to my head and then decide the direction. Pin so that the bobby pins are sort of hidden. That will be covered by the hat, I think. So this is obviously going to be very asymmetrical. So if you were to do this yourself, I'm sure you could make it a lot more symmetrical if you want to do. But this is me we're talking about. Pin it up and out of the way. So it doesn't really matter. There's going to be a hat that goes over it anyways. And the hat comes in. Kind of goes right up against those curls. And yeah, that's essentially it. Kind of a cute, sassy little look. It's almost like faux bangs. Oh my, this is a crop top. Put a skirt on. Look at that crop top. No, thank you. A couple of the questions were revolving Mr. Frodo here, how my pets feel about me being home all the time. I don't think they mind. I would hope not. But then again, I don't know. One of the best parts of being a YouTuber is being able to stay home with my little baby and being able to take him for WALKs. I think we'll do a couple more questions. What has surprised you the most about being a full-time YouTuber? From you just got jammed. Nice. I would say the thing that has surprised me the most is just how much business there is to it. Nick's slip tees in Dexter. So it's kind of like a blood. Oh, it's minty. A lot of YouTube is, like I said, dealing with brands, and for that, I kind of have to put on my business pants. Talk to people about my rates, negotiate with brands about deadlines and prices. It's also a really reaffirming part of YouTube, especially when you kind of get into that mind state where you don't feel like it's a real job. When I did the Dyson video and I got to fly out to LA, I went to like a Google building and I walked in and it was just a conference room with a big table, and I sat at the head of the table and there were a bunch of Dyson employees looking at me, and it was weird. But it also made me feel like a boss. I can wrap this up by kind of talking about my future goals and my hopes for the next year. Hoping 2020 is kind of my year. Positive affirmations. Going forward, I would really love to feel like a YouTuber, I guess. I do plan to do collabs and like special guests. I have a couple planned for January, which is exciting. I never want to be the person who is annoying and who bugs people, so I feel like I have a hard time reaching out to people for collabs because, especially if I'm the lower number of the two, I feel a little bit like, you know, hey, you want to collab? Hey. Guess I just kind of wait for someone to come to me, but that doesn't happen. So this coming year, hopefully more collabs, definitely more crafting stuff, more costuming, cosplay. I really want to challenge myself to think of cool ideas and push my boundaries. I just want to bring you guys cool content. Oh, I'm so sorry if this video was really long. If you're still here, thank you. Kudos to you for sticking around. Oh, I didn't put mascara on? Oh, this is the finished look. I know it's pretty similar to my pumpkin spice one, but you know. I cannot believe it's already been a year. A good feeling to still be doing this, regardless of the negative things that I've said. I had said last year that I would give it till the spring to see if it was working and if I needed to stop and do something else. And to be honest, I still don't know that this is gonna be a permanent thing. I am constantly fighting off the urge to just give up, and I'm trying to get better at remaining positive, and you guys are a huge help with that. So thank you so much for your support and for being here. And instead of focusing on the kind of scariness of the future, I'm just gonna focus on bringing you exciting content and bringing you content that makes you happy and makes you forget about anything negative happening in your life, and you can just cozy up with a coffee or a tea. I hope this didn't come off as me complaining and being spoiled or anything. I completely understand that I'm lucky to be able to do this. With any job comes things that we want to improve on and we wish were improved upon. I don't know. I hope you guys don't take it the wrong way. Here's to another year. Here's to 2020. I hope to do really cool things this year, and I hope that you guys will stick around and come on this journey with me. And I love you guys, whether you're new or old to this channel. If you're new here, I mean, you probably aren't if you watch this long of a video from me, but feel free to subscribe. I upload every week. And we have fun here. Always have. Always will. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Well, make myself copy. Blah, blah. What was I saying? But then on top of that, they are. Blah, blah, blah. Stop focusing on my hand. Stop it. You bitch. As for, oh wow, I'm sweaty, huh? Which is weird because it's so cold in here. I don't understand. Hear that? Oh my. Oh, he's in his bed. Are you in your bed? Comfy boy.